In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Today we will be discussing about the relevance of the ecclesial identity of the Syro-Malabar Church. Because it is often said that having faith is enough, living faith is not very important. Is it not enough to have just Catholic faith? Is living the faith so important as having the faith? So these questions are raised by minority of the youth today. That why we should go to particular church or Syro-Malabar church? We have other churches around us, so why can't we go there and attend Holy Kurbana? And what is the relevance of practicing our own traditions, and what is the benefit of it, or why I should do that? So it is of all about the ignorance that the people have about the ecclesial identity. We know, first of all, we say that we are Indians if we go abroad, and if you are out of Kerala, we used to say we are Keralites or Malayali, because that is the identity I have received. Nationally, I am Indian, and also culturally, I am a Keralite because of my language and all other customs and cultures I follow, and the belief system and other customs I follow. All I got from my Kerala background, or my parents are from Kerala, therefore I am also called as Malayali. In the same way, with regards to my belief, I am a Catholic first of all, and by my own tradition and the church I belong to, that is Syro-Malabar Church, originated from the culture of Kerala, and Syro-Malabar Church has got a heritage from Saint Thomas, because Saint Thomas preached the gospel in Kerala, and our all forefathers became Christian, and we followed a Syrian and also Chaldean liturgy. We received bishops from Persia, and we continued that tradition. Therefore, our liturgy is different from the Latin Rite. Our cultural celebration and also even feast celebration are different from other churches. These all are very important of being a Syro-Malabar Catholic. So therefore, it is important not only having faith, but living faith is as important as having faith. That's the key word we should remember when we speak about this ecclesial identity. So therefore, first of all, we will see about see what the CCEO, Code of Canons of the Eastern Churches. So this canon law speaks about the right and sui juris churches. Sui juris churches means, like Syro-Malabar says, autonomous and independent church, which has got all the authority independently, but in communion with Catholic Church. Yeah, clear. So canon number 27 from CCEO. A community of the Christian faithful which is joined together by a hierarchy according to the norm of law, and which is expressly or tacitly recognized as sui juris by the supreme authority of the church, is called in this code a church sui juris. Canon number 28. A rite, R-I-T-E, is a liturgical, theological, spiritual and disciplinary heritage differentiated by the culture and the circumstances of the history of peoples, which is expressed by each church sui juris in its own manner of living the faith. So that's the main thing we have seen about what is a church sui juris. Our Syro-Malabar Church is called a church sui juris. Syro-Malangara is another church sui juris. I think you got that idea. Secondly, about the rite, R-I-T, we say Syro-Malabar rite, and Malangara rite is a Latin rite. What should be there explicitly? Rite is a liturgical, theological, spiritual and disciplinary heritage differentiated by the culture and the circumstances of the history of peoples, which is expressed by each church sui juris in its own manner of living the faith. So these are the two canons speak about our church sui juris and right. Another thing we have to follow when we discuss about our right, ecclesial identity, or even about church years, we should always refer to Vatican Second Council, the decrees, decree on the Catholic Eastern churches. We know we belong to that section of Eastern churches. So there, in the second paragraph, speaks about for the Catholic Church wishes the traditions of each particular church or rite to remain whole and entire, and it likewise wishes to adapt its own way of life to the needs of different times and places. That means in the Catholic Church, Universal Church, desires to keep the tradition and all that belief system, culture, value system, and the particular areas that the feast and all, and inculturation, everything should be kept intact. And wherever those people move, they have to take their right also where they go. Therefore, we have Syro Malabar Diocese, Kalyan Diocese. When people migrated from Kerala to Maharashtra's different cities, so they also brought the right of Syro Malabar right. Therefore, we have diocese in Syro Malabar right. Now, in all over the world, wherever our people migrated, they formed a diocese, and now they got diocese, and now they practice their faith in their own right, and that is our right. Yeah. These individual churches, both Eastern and Western, while they differ somewhat among themselves in what is called rite. So their difference is mainly in rite, R-I-T-E, but we are Catholic. Namely, in liturgy, in ecclesiastical discipline and spiritual tradition are nonetheless all equal, entrusted to the pastoral guidance of the Roman Pontiff, who by God's appointment is successor to Blessed Peter in primacy over the universal church. All those churches have got independence and they are called particular churches, and the difference is only in the word right. And though they differ in culture and ecclesiastical discipline, spiritual tradition, liturgy, but all they follow or they accept Roman Pontiff Pope as their head, and that is the union in Catholic Church. That is the main union we find in all these churches. Therefore, these churches are of equal rank, so that none of them is superior to the others because of its right. It's very important to understand. Catholic Church gives equal importance to every particular church. Means we should think in this way. There are 23 churches in the Catholic Church. Or Catholic Church is composed of 23 particular churches. In that, 22 Eastern churches like Syro Malabar and Malankara, and Latin Church is the Western Church mainly. And and among these 23 churches, no one is superior. We cannot say Latin Church is superior to Syro Malabar Church or Malankara Church. Everyone has got that equal dignity and equal importance. That is the importance given in the Catholic Church. So we should not misunderstand. We may think that okay, more people are going that church, therefore that if I go there, I will get some more superiority in the society, or I go to that church, so I may get some kind of dignity. No, absolutely foolishness. The church document clearly states no church is superior to another particular church or Suyuris church. Okay, yeah. So here one more thing we should always think that therefore even Pope is mainly the head of the Latin Church, the same way our Major Archbishop Alan Cherry is the head of our Syro Malabar Church. More and more, Clemis Bava is head of the Malankara Church. So we have two head of the churches in Kerala. That way we have to see it. So that much importance we should give. But we know that in the Catholic Church, the Bishop of Rome that has got primacy when all the bishops are gathering together. Therefore, Pope is the ultimate head, Roman pontiff. But if you take separate right-wise, then Pope is the head of the Latin Church. Same way, Major Archbishop is the head of the major Archiepiscopal Syro-Malabar Church. Yeah, that is the main thing we should remember. So no church is superior to another church by its right. So maybe the number of the people will be more, or financially they may be different, but as a right, everyone has got the same right. So as a right, everyone has got the same obligation to preach the gospel. Therefore, we share the boundaries with the Latin Church, Malankara Church, but we have also the responsibility as they have to preach the good news, and we also have the obligation to reveal Jesus' teaching or the value of the gospel, to give the value of the gospel to others. That is our own responsibility as well. So that also we should keep in our mind. Then one more thing comes like how we should preserve the traditions and the liturgy and the special things about my church. Who should preserve? Every member of the church should preserve it. So yeah, therefore we will read that also. Paragraph 6. All members of the Eastern churches should be firmly convinced that they can and ought always preserve their own legitimate liturgical rites and ways of life, and that changes are to be introduced only to forward their own organic development. They themselves are to carry out all these prescriptions with the greatest fidelity. They are to aim always at a more perfect knowledge and practice of their rites, and if they have fallen away due to circumstances of times or persons, they are to strive to return to their ancestral traditions. So here the last sentence is very important. First, we should preserve our traditions and customs, whatever in the Syro-Malabar Church, the traditions, the language, the liturgy, and our own cultural values, and our own social values, our own celebration of the feast. All those things we should transmit to another generation, preserve and transmit. Second thing is that if at all somebody is fallen away from this tradition or this right, practicing this right for their faith, if they have fallen away, suppose some people have come here and they at that time Syro-Malabar liturgy was not there, Syro-Malabar diocese was not there, somebody joined in another, or maybe they continued in the Latin rite. But if they have fallen away due to circumstance of times or persons, they are to strive to return to their ancestral traditions. This is not my words. The Catholic Church teaches through the Second Vatican Council and in the decree on the Catholic Eastern churches. It is called in Latin Orientalium Ecclesiarum. See, now we should be proud enough to speak to others. Those who are saying or going to other churches, you should be able to say that. See, Vatican II teaches. Number 6, you can quote Ecclesiarum, Orientalium Ecclesiarum, Orientalium Ecclesiarum, or just decree on the Catholic Eastern churches, paragraph 6. If anybody has fallen away from it, they have to strive to come back to their ancestral tradition. That means if any Syro-Malabar people, they are born in Syro-Malabar church and they have been practicing Syro-Malabar faith in Kerala, but somehow when they came for job or when they went abroad, they tend to follow some other rite other than Syro-Malabar rite. But if there is a facility or the diocese come there to help the people, or they know that a particular community is formed by the apostolic vicar by Major Archbishop, they have to strive to return to their ancestral tradition. They have to foster it. They have to give their tradition to their children also. Yeah. Then again we read, their faithful should be instructed as their office demands in theoretical and practical knowledge of the rites. So that's what I am doing now. I'm instructing you about the demands in theoretical and practical knowledge of the rites, discipline, doctrine, history, and character of the members of the Eastern churches. That means every pastor or means priest of Eastern churches or bishop or the people responsible, they have to instruct their faithful about the doctrine, rites, discipline, history, and character, everything of their right. So this is what I am doing right now. I am just instructing you about the importance of our ecclesial identity as Syro-Malabar Catholic. And two, three questions we may have that how a person receive receive a right in his life. How a person receives life. So we know that about the Catholic faith. We have heard about Catholic faith. I know how it is received. But how a right, and we should also think in this way that nobody in this world being Catholic cannot practice their faith without being in any of these sui juris church, this particular church. So that's also very clear. Either I should be in Syro-Malabar right or another any sui juris church. That's very important. And ascription to a church sui juris. How I get a membership in particular church. So how I became a Syro-Malabar faithful, and the same way how you will get it. So that Canon 29 I will read. A son or daughter who has not yet completed 14 years of age is ascribed by virtue of baptism to the church sui juris, to which his or her Catholic father is ascribed, or if only the mother is Catholic, or if both parents are of the same minds in requesting it to the church sui juris of the member, without prejudice to particular law enacted by the apostolic see. Yeah. So mainly by birth, I ascribe my membership to the sui juris church, or I became a Syro-Malabar faithful believer because my parents were in this sui juris church. They had the membership, and I received this membership mainly because my father is a Syro-Malabar right. That's why mainly those girls getting married to Syro-Malangaraos or some other maybe Latin church also. Mainly the right of the child belongs to the right of the father. So that is the main thing about getting or ascribed to this right. Therefore, I can say in short that my membership to sui juris church or Syro-Malabar church I get by my birth. It is not my choice. Where my father belongs, that is my right. So I am born because of my parents, and therefore I cannot choose my right. So this way we have to find that I cannot choose my parents, or parents cannot choose their children. The same way this right also is given by God. Given by God. God given. You are born an Indian, it's not your choice. You are born as Malayali, it's not your choice. You are born as Syro-Malabar, it's not your choice. But you get membership into this church because your father belongs to this particular church called Syro-Malabar Church. So there's, I think that doubt is clear, and how the membership is given in normal conditions, it is like that. Yeah. Then the second thing is like, can it transfer my this membership? Suppose I belong to Syro-Malabar, right? Here I came and all Malayalis and all service in Malayalam. So can I change it? Can you change your parents? Can you change your children? Can you change all your other identity? So that I said, it is not mere having faith, but it is how I live the faith. How I live my faith is as important as how I have faith. Having faith, living faith is as important as having faith. I have Catholic faith. I live that Catholic faith through the church, particularly through Syro-Malabar Church and its own diocese. So that I should remember always. I cannot change my right in any cause. And then what are the things happens that when um, some cases come. Okay, so one way it is allowed for a girl to change his right by giving consent at the time of marriage, because if her husband is in Latin rite or Malangara rite, she can change her right and join in the right of her husband. And if that contract is over, in the sense the husband, if the husband is dead, she can return to her original right. Clear? So no way we can change the right. Then you may ask that some priests are going and serving in the diocese of Latin diocese or Malangara diocese who belong to Syro Malabar, right? They go and they serve that diocese. They don't change their right. They are Syro Malabar. You can ask them in which right you have received ordination. Simple form. Simply you can get the answer. They may live their whole life for the Latin diocese, but they can receive their ordination in their own original right, where he is born, in which diocese, and that diocese belongs to which right. So in that right only he can receive the ordination. That means if a Latin priest, a priest working in the Latin diocese, basically he is a Syro Malabar right. He can serve the diocese, but he can receive ordination only in Syro Malabar, right? So that much it is serious, it is important. So we also have to think about it sometime. Therefore, we have a lot of other things also along with this. So now we can see that the unity of the church doesn't mean uniformity. Everybody should behave in the same way as the children are given uniform. But it's not that way. But it is unity. Unity in faith, unity in the sacraments, unity in the creed, and all those things are comes in the unity. But the rite is different. We can see Catholic Church as a beautiful garden in which variety of flowers are there, and think that the variety of flowers symbolize every sui juris church or the particular church, and its variety makes beauty of the Catholic Church. So Catholic Church uphold always the importance and the existence and the presence of the variety of particular churches in the Universal Catholic Church. ഞാനത് ഒന്ന് പെട്ടെന്ന് മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞു പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ വത്തിക്കാൻ സെക്കൻഡും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ വത്തിക്കാൻ സെക്കൻഡിലെ ഡിഗ്രി ഓൺ ദ ഓറിയന്റൽ കാത്തലിക് ചർച്ചസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഡിഗ്രിയിലും പാരഗ്രാഫ് 2 6 അതുപോലെ തന്നെ കോഡ് ഓഫ് ദ കാനൻ ലോ, അതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഈസ്റ്റേൺ ചർച്ചിന് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള കാനൻ ലോ, CCEO എന്ന് ഇതിന് ഷോർട്ട് ഫോം പറയും. ഇതിന്റെ 27 28 പാരഗ്രാഫും ഇത് എന്താണ് പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ചർച്ച് സൂയി യൂരിസ് എന്നും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ എന്താണ് എന്താണ് റൈറ്റ് എന്നും ഇതിൽ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അത് വായിച്ചതാണ് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് തന്നെ, അത് നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലായി കാണുമെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. അത് ആണ് പ്രത്യേകമായിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഇനി എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇതിലോട്ട് ഒരു മെമ്പർഷിപ്പ് ഒരു സഭയിൽ കിട്ടുക, ഒരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ചർച്ചിൽ കിട്ടുക, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സിറോ ചർച്ചിൽ കിട്ടുക? അത് കുട്ടിയുടെ 14 വയസ്സ് താഴെയാണെങ്കിൽ ആ കുട്ടിയുടെ പിതാവ് ഏത് റൈറ്റിലാണോ അംഗമായിരിക്കുന്നത് ആ റൈറ്റ് ആയിരിക്കും കുട്ടിക്ക് ലഭിക്കുന്നത്. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ബൈ ബർത്ത്, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് ബൈ ചോയ്സ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഒരിക്കലും ഒരു ചോയ്സ് അല്ല എന്ന കാര്യം ഓർക്കുക. പിന്നെ പർട്ടിക്കുലർ എക്സെപ്ഷൻസ് ആദ്യ അത് നമുക്കറിയാം എങ്ങനെയാണ്. പിന്നെ പ്രായപൂർത്തിയായ ഒരാളാണ് അയാൾക്ക് ചൂസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് സ്വീകരിക്കാനായിട്ട് പറ്റും. 14 വയസ്സിന് ശേഷമാണ് മാമോസ് സ്വീകരിക്കുന്നതെങ്കിൽ ആ കുട്ടിക്ക് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ വ്യക്തിക്ക് സ്വീകരിക്കാം. എനിക്ക് ലാറ്റിനിൽ ചേരണോ, എനിക്ക് ഏത് വേണമെങ്കിലും ചേരണോ എന്നുള്ളതും അതിൽ നിശ്ചയിക്കപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുള്ളതാണ്. ഇനി ബൈ ബർത്താണ് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞു. ഇനി ഇത് ട്രാൻസ്ഫർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, അതാണ് അടുത്ത ചോദ്യം. റൈറ്റ് ട്രാൻസ്ഫർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ഞാൻ എനിക്കിപ്പം കുറച്ച് മലയാളം ഒന്നും പിടിക്കുന്നില്ല, അപ്പോൾ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ഉള്ളിടത്തൊന്ന് പോകണം, അങ്ങനെ എനിക്ക് മാറാൻ പറ്റുമോ? ഫോർ സ്പിരിച്വൽ റീസൺ യു മേ ഗോ ദെയർ, അത് കുർബാന കൂടാൻ അങ്ങനെയുള്ള മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. പക്ഷേ റൈറ്റ് അവിടെയും മാറുന്നില്ല. ഒരു വൈദികൻ പോലും ലാറ്റിൻ രൂപതയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടി സേവനം ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ പോലും ആ വൈദികന്റെ റൈറ്റ് മാറുന്നില്ല. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ സർവീസ് മാത്രമേ അവിടെ ആവുന്നുള്ളൂ. കാരണം കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണമെങ്കിൽ ഒറ്റ ഒരു കാര്യം ചിന്തിച്ചാൽ മതി, ആ വൈദികൻ ഏത് റൈറ്റിലാണ് ഓർഡിനേഷൻ പൗരോഹിത്യം സ്വീകരിച്ചതെന്ന് മാത്രം നോക്കിയാൽ മതി. അതായത് ഒരു വൈദികൻ ലാറ്റിൻ രൂപതയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടി പഠിച്ചു, ലാറ്റിൻ രൂപതയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടി സേവനം ചെയ്തത് മുഴുവൻ സേവനം ചെയ്യുന്നതും ഈ ലാറ്റിൻ രൂപതയ്ക്കാണ്. എന്നാൽ അദ്ദേഹം ഏത് റൈറ്റിലാണ് ഇത് പൗരോഹിത്യം സ്വീകരിച്ചതെന്ന് നമ്മൾ ഓർക്കണം. അത് സീറോ മലബാർ മെമ്പറാണ്, സീറോ മലബാർ റൈറ്റിലായിരിക്കും, അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ഹോം പാരിഷിൽ വെച്ചായിരിക്കും അത് നടത്തിയതും ഒരു സീറോ മലബാർ ബിഷപ്പായിരിക്കും കൊടുത്തതും. അതാണ് നമ്മൾ പ്രത്യേകമായിട്ട് തിരിച്ചറിയേണ്ട ഒരു കാര്യം. അതുകൊണ്ട് റൈറ്റ് ഒരിക്കലും ട്രാൻസ്ഫർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ബൈ ബർത്ത് ആണ് നമുക്ക് റൈറ്റ് കിട്ടുന്നത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് മാതാപിതാക്കളെ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്തതുപോലെ, നമുക്ക് കുട്ടികളെ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്തതുപോലെ, സ്പെഷ്യലായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ നാഷണാലിറ്റി തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്തതുപോലെ ഇത് ഒരു ഐഡന്റിറ്റി ഈസ് ഗിവൺ ബൈ ബർത്ത്. അതൊരിക്കലും മാറ്റാനോ ട്രാൻസ്ഫർ ചെയ്യാനോ ഒന്നും നമുക്ക് പറ്റുന്നതല്ല എന്നുള്ള കാര്യം നമ്മൾ ഓർക്കുക. അത് നമ്മളിവിടെ ആയിരിക്കുമ്പോഴും വീണ്ടും വത്തിക്കാൻ സെക്കൻഡിന്റെ ആ ഡിഗ്രി, ഓറിയന്റൽ ചർച്ചസിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള ഡിഗ്രിയിൽ കൃത്യമായിട്ട് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, അത് നിങ്ങൾ പരിപോഷിപ്പിക്കണം, നിങ്ങളത് പ്രിസർവ് ചെയ്യണം, നിങ്ങൾ പോകുന്നിടത്തൊക്കെ അത് കൂടുതലായിട്ട് പ്രാവർത്തികമാക്കാൻ, ജീവിക്കാനും പരിശ്രമിക്കണം. ഇതിന്റെ എല്ലാ അടിസ്ഥാനം ഇതാണ്. എനിക്ക് വിശ്വാസമുണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളതിനെ പോലെ തന്നെ പ്രാധാന്യമുള്ളതാണ് ഞാൻ എങ്ങനെ വിശ്വാസം ജീവിക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ളത്. ഞാൻ വിശ്വാസം ജീവിക്കേണ്ടത് എനിക്ക് മെമ്പർഷിപ്പ് ലഭിച്ച ബർത്തിലൂടെ, ജനനത്തിലൂടെ എനിക്ക് മെമ്പർഷിപ്പ് ലഭിച്ച എൻ്റെ പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ചർച്ചിലെ പള്ളിയിലൂടെയും അവരുടെ കൂട്ടായ്മയിലൂടെയും ഞാനത് വളരേണ്ടതാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് എനിക്ക് എൻ്റെതായിട്ടുള്ള സീറോ മലബാർ സഭയുടെ കുറിച്ച് ഞാൻ പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അതിൻ്റെ ആഘോഷങ്ങൾ വ്യത്യാസമുണ്ട്, വീണ്ടും അതിൻ്റെ ലിറ്റർജിക്കൽ സെലിബ്രേഷൻ വ്യത്യാസമുണ്ട്, അതിൻ്റെ വാല്യൂ സിസ്റ്റത്തിന് വ്യത്യാസമുണ്ട്, വീണ്ടും നമ്മളുടെ കൾച്ചറൽ ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ടിൽ ഒത്തിരിയേറെ വ്യത്യാസമുണ്ട്. നമ്മുടെ കൾച്ചറെല്ലാം തന്നെ ഇന്ത്യൻ കൾച്ചറിലോട്ട് ചേർന്നിട്ടുള്ളതാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ സീറോ മലബാർ സഭയെ കുറിച്ച് പറയുമ്പോൾ പ്ലാസി പടിപ്പാറേജൻ പറയുന്ന ഒരു ഡെഫിനിഷൻ ഉണ്ട്. ദേ ആർ ഇന്ത്യൻ ബൈ കൾച്ചർ, ദേ ആർ ഓറിയന്റൽ ബൈ വർഷിപ്പ്, ദേ ആർ കാൽഡിയൻ ഇൻ ലിറ്റർജി. ഈ ഒരു 3 കാര്യങ്ങളോടെ ചേരുന്നതാണ് സീറോ മലബാർ സഭ എന്ന് നമുക്ക് ഓർക്കാം. തുടർന്ന് ഇന്നത്തെ ചോദ്യങ്ങളിലോട്ട് പോകുമ്പോൾ ആദ്യത്തെ ചോദ്യം, എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഒരു വ്യക്തിക്ക് തൻ്റെ പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ചർച്ചിൽ അംഗത്വം ലഭിക്കുന്നത്? ഒരു റൈറ്റിൽ അംഗത്വം ലഭിക്കുന്നത് ഒരു വ്യക്തിക്ക് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? 2, ഒരു സീറോ മലബാർ സഭയിലെ മെമ്പറിന്, വ്യക്തിക്ക് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ഇഷ്ടപ്രകാരം ആ ഒരു റൈറ്റ് മാറുവാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കുമോ? 3, ഏത് വത്തിക്കാൻ കൗൺസിലിലെ ഡിഗ്രിയാണ് ഈ ഓറിയന്റൽ ചർച്ചസിനെ കുറിച്ച് പറയുന്നത്? ഓക്കെ, ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ പറയാണ്, ഹൗ ഡസ് എ പേഴ്സൺ റിസീവ് ഹിസ് ഓർ ഹെർ റൈറ്റ് ഇൻ ദ കാത്തലിക് ചർച്ച്? Can a person being in a sui juris church transfer his right according to his or her wish? 3, which decree in Vatican Second Council speaks about Oriental churches? പിതാവിന്റെയും പുത്രന്റെയും പരിശുദ്ധാത്മാവിന്റെ നാമത്തിൽ ആമേൻ.